Welcome to the second half of the World News Today. I'm Randolf Jamias. Residents of upstate New York dig themselves out from a pile of snow dumped there by an Arctic front gripping parts of the U.S. Midwest and Northeast on Tuesday. At least 3 deaths have been linked to the freezing weather. Fierce winds in some areas made it feel as cold as minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Up to 18 inches of snow fell in northeast Ohio, northwest Pennsylvania, and upstate New York as Arctic winds blasted across the Great Lakes. Schools were canceled in some states, including Massachusetts and Ohio. The area will remain in winter's icy grip until the end of the week, bringing slightly warmer temperatures and a few inches of snow to New York, Boston, and possibly Washington, D.C. In other stories, Panamania authorities on Wednesday announced that they seized over a ton of cocaine from a boat in Bocas del Toro province. The seizure took place after government aircraft of the country's National Aeronaval Service detected the boat near the Canaveral River on Tuesday and dispatched units to the area. Local media reports that operations are still underway in the area as authorities search for 3 suspects who escaped before they could be detained. In an earlier operation on Tuesday, Senan units discovered 38 packages containing over 2,094 pounds of cocaine in a cave on the banks of the Belen River in Colon province. No arrests were made during the operation. Garbage can be turned to profits. Cigarette butts are an urban nuisance, but one company has a solution. It says it's good for the environment and business. Recyclers TerraCycle have figured out how to convert filters into sellable items, including ashtrays, and clean up the streets to boot. Smokers get to enjoy their cigarettes but leave their butts littering streets and sideways everywhere. But finally, someone's found use for them. TerraCycle is turning used cigarettes into plastic. Most cigarette filters are made of cellulose acetate, which TerraCycle blends with its other recycled plastics to make everything from lumber to industrial pallets. TerraCycle's mission is to take the toughest trash and turn it into something useful and profitable. TerraCycle takes the cigarette butts, composts their organic components, and radiates the rest. Now, TerraCycle plans to tackle more of the world's most notorious trash, from directly diapers to chewing gum. Now, in the UK, British celebrity chef Jamie Oliver sliced his way into the Guinness World Records book by chopping the most chilies in 30 seconds. He competed against fellow chef Renato Contaldo in the attempt, which was shown live as part of the launch of Oliver's new YouTube channel called Jamie Oliver's Food Tube. Contaldo only managed to chop 5 in 30 seconds, as the judge from the Guinness World Records deemed he hadn't cut his chilies enough and left too much behind. Oliver also had a few chilies discounted, but still managed to break the world record. In sports, the Vendée Globe Round the World race is nearing its end, with the renewal of the flight between leader Francois Gobart in Massif and his strongest rival Armel Leclerc, skipping Banque Populaire. On Wednesday, Gobart had just over 1,300 nautical miles before reaching the finish at Les Sables d'Olonne in France. Leclerc is 94 nautical miles behind him as they near the Azores, crossing the Atlantic Ocean. The two are expected to reach the finish line on Saturday night or Sunday morning. 579 nautical miles behind them, Jean-Pierre Dick, aboard Virbac Propek, is attempting to hold onto his 3rd place while limping along after losing his skill. Back at the Melbourne event, China's Lina sent Maria Sharapova crashing out of the Australian Open on Thursday with a 6-2, 6-2 thrashing in searching heat to advance to her 2nd Melbourne Park final. Informed Sharapova had conceded only 9 games leading into the match, but was picked apart by 6th seed Li. Li will play defending champion Victoria Azarenka of Belarus for her 2nd Grand Slam title. Azarenka overcame troubling injuries to end the fairy tale run of American teenager Sloane Stephens in the 2nd semifinal. The Belarusian looked flustered early in the 2nd set, and her frustration level increased when the 29th-ranked Stephens saved 5 match points, with Azarenka serving at 5-3. The delay settled Azarenka, and she sealed her place in the final on Stephen's next service game when the Americans' backhand sailed over the baseline. And finally, in golf, world number 4, Justin Rose, carded a solid 4 under par 68 in the first round of the Qatar Masters on Wednesday. He stands 3 shots behind the leader, Portugal's Ricardo Santos. The Englishman made 6 birdies and 2 bogeys in his round for a share of 11th place. Santos shot a 7 under par 65, 1 shot ahead of England's Anthony Wall, France's Alexander Kaleka, and Scotland's Peter Whiteford. Santos became Portugal's first European Tour winner in 20 years last year. He made 8 birdies on Wednesday with just 1 bogey. Australia's Brett Romford was one of the group of 6 on 67, while Rose was joined by 12 other players scoring 68, including Peter Hansen of Sweden and former world number 1 Martin Kaymer of Germany. On that note, we end today's World News. Thanks for the company and have a good one.